G'day, it's Mathematical KM here. Keith Molumby. KM are initials, not a title. Bit of a chess reference for my other videos. Okay, this is actually Mr. Squiggle Draws a Line. We're going to be taking a look at the mathematical modelling from... I've done in previous videos showing you that I like, out of all these universities and companies, we like live ladders. And we didn't actually mean to go over and see them, but you're welcome to, nice bit of green there, take a look yourself, but live ladders and AFL Lab. And we're just going to take a quick look. AFL Lab had Giants winning by less than a point, and AFL Ladders had the Giants winning by 8 points. In Sydney Hawthorn, AFL Lab have Sydney losing by 8 and Live Ladders have Sydney losing by 5. Let's just go back to the, as you can see here, let's just show you the AFL Lab says Giants are going to win. It says 0, but with the Giants winning, I've put in a half a point. And Live Ladders have got the Giants winning by 8 points. Quickly come up. We will jump to Sydney Hawthorn. This is obviously looking back in time, but the next few things I'll show you were done before the games took part. Okay, AFL Lab have Hawks by 8. We go to our thing. Hawks by 8. So it comes in as a -8. The scores are written into our spreadsheet from Sydney's point of view. So Hawks by 8 is -8. And if we find live ladders, they'll be -5. We might as well do that. Our live ladders, Hawks by 5, so therefore -5. So when we come back to our spreadsheet, we've got our little predictions from our favourite two models. And then we need to take a look at, and these are sports betting companies that are legal in Australia for team sport. Just hello YouTube. We've got Bet365, Ladbrokes and Sportsbet. Now let's just, you'll learn to read this as a sentence. If you follow this over the 2025 season, you'll start to get used to this. Plus 5.5 here. You're always starting the sentence from the first name team, the home team. So this is GWS will not lose by 6 or more points. GWS will not lose by 6 or more. This one is GWS will not lose by 5 or more. Now, both of our predictions have GWS winning, so we're going to bet on GWS. If we had GWS winning by 3 points, then they're still not losing by 5 or more. The difference between Sportsbet and Ladbrokes. If the model said the Giants were going to lose by 5 points, Ladbrokes would say still bet on the Giants because they're not losing by 6 or more. But Sportsbet, they're going to lose by 5, you better bet on Collingwood. So that's how that works. You've got to read the sentence and decide which team is favoured. And you've got the numbers provided by each of those companies, and then you've got the odds that they pay for a win on a line bet. For this season, we're going to be going with $5 a go all the way through. And the reason we've got the 3 companies there is... you might have noticed that 1.89 is not as big as 1.9 and 4.5 is different from 5.5. If we've decided to bet on the Giants, because it looks like that's the way to go here from all 3 companies, then we've got a choice between, well, number 1, we want to be allowed to lose by 5 and still win our bet, which means Sportsbet's not our choice. So we're comparing Bet365 and Ladbrokes. Ladbrokes pays a little bit more, so we end up doing it with Ladbrokes. So we've just got a small amount in each of the three companies, and we'll just be taking the $5 bets out of the whichever one looks to be the best one to make the bet each time around. So we have $5 on GWS to not lose by 6 or more. They won by 52. We make $4.50. And just on that, let's just quickly... That was Ladbrokes, GWS 5.5. The stake was 5. It says win $9.50, but you got to think about this for a second. You don't win $9.50, you win $4.50 because you're getting your original $5 back. So you actually make the $4.50. And you can see that that's the balance in that one is 54.50. This is just left over from previous years and shifting stuff around. We've got 50, well now we've got 50, 54, 50, 132. But we'll keep track of just the amount for the whole season, and that's going to be the important number to watch. Okay, so that was the Giants. Sydney versus Hawthorn. Both of our models have Sydney losing by 5 or 8 points. Now, the sentence, and you've got to learn this, the line that the betting companies had was -2.5. See, that's a negative number. Before, with 5.5, that was the Giants won't lose by 6 or more. It's the head start, if you will. And when the head start is negative, it's hard to work. This is Sydney will win by 3 or more because it's -2.5. Sydney will win by 3 or more. Do we think Sydney will win by 3? No, we think Hawthorn's going to win. So we're going to be putting the $5 on. We've got the same numbers, so that's come in. May as well go on with Ladbrokes again. And Ladbrokes has gone from 45.45 up to 54.50, and we've made $9.05 for this round, which only had the 2 games in it. Now, round 2, we could go to, and let's have a quick show. And what we really want to do is come here, and we want to have a look at round... Well, whether we call it round 2 or round 1, if the current one was round 0, is a little bit of a up in the air. But let's go. Squiggle called it round 0. We're going to look at round 1. There's all of the games in round 1. There's a lot of stuff in there. But, for example, let's jump to Melbourne versus GWS. AFL Lab currently has the Giants by 4 points, but that was last updated 2 days ago. We don't want this. We want the numbers out of these computer models once they've fully processed all of the current round. So it'll be 1 or 2 days from now when AFL Lab and Live Ladders, they're currently disagreeing with each other. Live Ladders has got Melbourne by 4 points, and that was a month ago. So we really want to wait and see what these computer models say in a day or 2, and then we'll come in and go through the same process and have 9 lots of little $5 bets. So after it couldn't have been a better start, 2 for 2. That's the Mr. Squiggle looking at the line. And I will talk to you guys